So I've been asking you, like, Michael, what is it as someone who's been in the work you've been in, had the interests you've had, what would it take to get you to come and explore this world of relationship, this world of embodied community with a bunch of HoneyRoot women? Like, what? How can I get you there? What do you have to say about this whole damn thing?
What do I have to say about this whole damn thing? So for me personally, what is kind of an area that I'm really interested in exploring is, and without going into detail around all of it, but looking at masculine and feminine, both in men and women, not necessarily masculine in men or feminine in women, but looking at that energetics and seeing how that lands in a room with some consciousness and the juiciness that can come from that with men and women. I've explored that quite a lot, mostly masculine in men, a little bit with the masculine and feminine with women in groups, but mostly that would be in relationship with one person. And I love the idea of playing with the energetics of that in a room and being edgy about it, looking at where that can go without going sexual, without going into without crossing some line that I've imagined in my head, and I'm not sure exactly what it is.
And how is it for you when I say, like, we're going to be doing embodiment practices or somatically based work? Like, as someone that has been, at least in the years I've known you, you know, kind of a guy's guy in that you can build shit, you know, in that you can, like, make stuff happen in a really exciting way. You know, you can move things forward. But you were also telling me, hey, these are these years of my life. You know, I also consider myself kind of fluid on the inside as far as where I can play. Like, when I say to you, someone who's been doing Mankind Project work for many years, hey, we're going to be focusing on the body, and we're going to be doing things that are bringing up vulnerability and power within the body. How is that for you?
Well, it's curious. I think I've got a whole lot of ideas of what that is, obviously, based on my life experience. I think I've done lots of that, of embodied. A lot of MKP work is around, I've got something that I emotionally feel. Where do I feel it in my body? How's that coming out? How do I want to move that in my body is MKP work. I suspect that, and don't know this because I've never been to a HoneyRoot event, that there's going to be a whole nother layer that might be uncomfortable for me, might be not something that I enjoy. I don't know. Like, I'm in a land of curiosity around what that looks like. I'm less excited about movement in embodiment. I'm more excited in applying it in a more literal way. If I'm angry, I'd really love to shout and roar and hit things or whatever, as opposed to go and dance it out.
Right.
And that's me, Michael. And who knows, that might be somewhere where I might have to go figure shit out too.
Yeah, I so appreciate, you know, taking the time just to share this with the people if I choose to do that. Because there are so many different orientations that I hope feel comfortable joining us for this event. And some of those are, as I shared, there's some facilitators coming, even male facilitators coming, that have been focused on the delicate, sensitive aspects of our nature, making sure that the young part of ourselves or the wounded part of ourselves be able to come to an event like this and feel welcome and feel like they're in a safe place, which I'm sure is a value of yours as well. And then at the same time, we want those men that are like, hey, I've never checked out what it is, or I haven't had enough practice, bring this kind of ferocity that can move through me into a space where women are, and getting the impression that it's okay. You know, like, where's that place? Where do I get to do that? And I want that kind of energy to feel welcome too. So I'm just wanting to listen to the best of my ability to, like, what things can we actually put in this event, or what can we say that upon the first evening together, for example, all these aspects can feel invited. I mean, on the one hand, I think HoneyRoot has been pretty good at that. I think inclusivity is something, at least emotional inclusivity and movements that can come through the body. I think we've done a pretty good job of letting people know they're welcome. But I sit here with you just wanting you to know that as a woman, I want those bigger expressions in you to have a place in relation to women, knowing they're welcome too. You know? Especially because in the little I know of you, in those types of expression, there's a way that you can actually claim them. You know, that you can let them move through your body without destroying me if I'm on
Sure.
the receiving end.
Yeah, and there's a huge I think, well, environment, a safe environment that can be built, knowing that especially in the world that we're in today, that a man can claim his feelings responsibly versus irresponsibly. And as a man, it's rare that I get to do that, and then be in an environment where it's assumed that I am actually doing that. The environment typically is used to seeing men, for example, who are angry being dangerous.
Right.
So for me to be in an environment with women in it, and to be angry, owning my own anger and expressing it and dealing with it in a safe way, but then have the environment recognize that, not get scared of it, and therefore me not have to be careful about how I do it,
Right.
is super exciting. And anger is one.
Right. I mean, it's also the
sadness.
The sadness.
Yeah. How about fear? How about showing my fear in front of women in a responsible way? It's my fear. It's not yours. So those are things that I am excited about. I think I'm more excited about, for me personally, what happens then. Like
if that's in place.
Yeah, once that's in place, and then where can that go, and what does that look like, and embodying that as a group, to me, I mean, I land in curiosity. I have no idea what's going to happen then, but that's exciting.